Welcome back to another episode of Silent Pals Go to the Movies. This is another Throwback Thursday review, and today I'll be reviewing the movie Elf. And just a fair warning, there's going to be spoilers up ahead, so you've been warned. Raised as an oversized elf, Buddy travels from the North Pole to New York City to meet his biological father, Walter Hobbs, who does not know that he exists and is in desperate need of some Christmas spirit. So let's begin with my first pro. This film seems to play homage to many Christmas films and specials that older generations grew up with. For example, the film is mostly based on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer by Rankin and Bass, famous clay animated film. Other films are It's a Wonderful Life and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and some films that are not even Christmas related, like Lord of the Rings or Edward Scissorhands. This film took some scenes from those movies and placed them in the film, sort of like Easter eggs. So in a way, this film was made thanks to these other films that came before it and served as inspiration for the people behind the scenes in this film. Next pro, this film plays towards kids and adults by poking fun and having scenes that make no sense. For example, during the mailroom scene, the friend that Buddy makes, he says he is 26, but his face does not resemble that. And adults will clearly see this and say, hey, he doesn't look like he's 26, but the fact is, it is just silly and adults will find it funny. Or for example, when Buddy pulls the maple syrup from inside of his sleeve, it's just a silly joke that kids will laugh and adults will laugh because it's over the top. But still, this film keeps Buddy pure-hearted, and this is why kids will cheer him on throughout his adventures in New York City. Never does the film break the fantasy for the kids about Santa, but it does hint to adults with the lines where Buddy and Papa Elf have about people not believing in Santa, and that's why the sleigh doesn't fly. Then Buddy replies by saying, and what do they believe? That their parents make the gifts? From the POV of a child, Buddy has a point, but adults will find this comical and hilarious, and they will laugh along. Next pro, the story has more than one core message, and they are: never give up, just like Buddy was not an elf, but he never gave up and gave it his all. Or how a father is not a financial provider for his offsprings, but he's about providing support and love and letting them know he is there for them, even if it means that one of them identifies as an elf. Or simply, don't be a shitty human being that is only interested in money, even if it means screwing others along the way. But I guess the most important one is that Christmas means being around the ones you love and care for. Next pro, Jon Favreau. As the director before Iron Man, The Mandalorian, he took this Christmas story of a human who thinks he's an elf that sets off, like the hobbits in Lord of the Rings, on a journey to find his real father, and along the way changes people's lives and his own at the same time, and made it into a fan favorite to watch every year during Christmas, just like the old classics It's a Wonderful Life, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and all the other ones. I am surprised that this film was not a child's book before, because it feels like that would be the natural way of things. First a children's book, then Hollywood comes along and makes it into a film. But props to Jon for having a vision and not using too much CGI and sticking with the basics and making this film a reality. And now on to my cons. Well, no Elf 2. Well, not one that has Will Ferrell and Jon as director, but if it ever gets made, it's probably going to be just Jon back as a director, because he is the one that has not given up on the idea. Unlike Will, who shot down the film and deal to come back as Buddy, saying in interviews that it's pathetic for him to go back and put on the costume of Buddy as a middle-aged man. But I think the real reason lies that Will and Jon did not get along during the filming and had two different views. Will wanted a more cynical comedy movie that was PG-13, while Jon wanted a lighthearted, family-friendly movie for everybody to enjoy. Also, there was a contract that Will had about Elf 2 that if he came back and played Buddy, it was under one condition, that the director would not be Jon. So yeah, it seems that somebody got butthurt during the first filming, and now he just doesn't want to play along and make a second part. Next con, the ending. It seemed like it skipped a few things. First off, I would have liked to see Buddy start dating Jovi and progress through there before they actually had the kid and before they visited Papa Elf. Also wanted to see Walter bond more with his two sons and maybe meet up with Papa Elf and say thank you for taking care of my son. As a bonus, I would have liked to see Santa kind of wrap up the film. Instead, we got the flash forward of Buddy and Jovi with the new baby, Walter playing the piano and making his new book company with the book Elf, a short story of a tall tale. To me, that seems like it was a bit too rushed, or they were running out of time and needed to wrap things up. Maybe the budget was running out, who knows. But I would have liked them for them just to wrap up things slowly and present it as a gift. So my grade for this movie is going to be a solid 7 out of 10. This film is a Christmas film that plays homage to other great Christmas films or classics, and also has more than one message for fans. But at the same time, the ending seemed like a parent when he's trying to wrap up the story and begins to speed run through it, take some time and end with the final message for kids who are watching, like in the film film It's a Wonderful Life, every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. At least give me Buddy saying something along the lines of, remember, gum on the floor isn't free candy, or the real raise is on 11th. Overall, this film you can play during Christmas in the background, or just to set up vibes during a Christmas party, and if people do pay attention to it, they'll enjoy it. So that does it for this review of Elf. Please join us next time where we're going to review Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
That she filed this complaint against you, monsieur.
She caught me with another woman. Come on, you're French, you understand that?
To be with another woman, that is French. To be caught, that is American.
Please like, comment, and subscribe. You can find our social media links below. And like always, keep watching movies.